Welcome back to a brand new episode of the podcast. Episode 1
of season
2
or
whatever the next one was after. Check it.
episode 64.
Or,
if it's the continuous.
right, okay. Episode 64.
That sounds better, doesn't
this has been about. I thought it was a year. I thought it was February. By the time this comes out, we're at the end of January. By the time this comes out, it might be February. But I thought it was about a year. But you checked it was March.
It was March something. It was actually back when. Do you remember the Willy Wonka stuff was happening in Glasgow?
Was that our last episode?
That was our last episode.
Wow, man.
Which
did you do some digging yesterday?
just when I was doing a pee, like 2
Really?
minutes before we
just
came in.
checked.
Yeah, in one hand,
Cock in one hand.
cock in one hand, phone in the other.
Nah, you can normally go hands free just
I
because
can.
it's that wee and it just
Yeah, it's really good at aiming.
good
though,
point.
you know.
Mice slants to the left, so I'd irritate right if I get it straight in.
Anyway, it's good to be back, isn't it?
It is good.
Well,
good.
we wanted to do this for a while, but a lot's happened in a year. You were a dad in the last episode, is that correct?
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I was thinking about this, I thought that we stopped prior to Cora.
No, was Cora
Cora was
maybe
maybe
just
like
born?
2 or 3
She
months.
was 3 months or whatever, just about 4 months or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That time period for me is a blur. So she could have been, like, you know.
Aye. I was thinking that. I'm like, was there 1 dad, 2 dads, but there's now going to be 3.
Shit, that's
So
an
like a lot's
announcement.
so let's talk about that first. Let's talk about what's happened in the past year. Let's get people up to speed. Not that anybody really cares, but let's get people
We
up to
have
speed.
fans.
We do have fans.
Yeah, I see when we posted our very cryptic posts on the story, at least 3 people messaged us on the page. So we have at least 3 fans.
Are 2 of which in this room?
2, all 3 are in it.
See, to be fair, the amount of people that do come up fucking monthly. When you start the podcast, and I'm like, I didn't even know you listened.
Mate, I know. Not remember we did the run last January. The no rep run.
Christmas dip. That
Yeah,
wasn't at
the no
Christmas.
rep New Year run, right?
That was actually great.
I know, we said, let's do this every month. We never did it again.
No.
But when we done that, and then there was a group of people that came, and I thought they were yours, and you thought they were yours, and you thought they were mine, but they were nobody's. They just listened,
They were just fans.
and they just turned up. That was sick.
And now we've probably lost them to some other podcast.
We've lost them all, but we're back. We're back in Bulletproof.
Shout
So
out
it's
Bulletproof.
new surroundings.
Shout out Airdrie.
Yeah, shout out Airdrie. What were you saying about Airdrie, actually?
I didn't see anybody without a fucking gammy leg or went by. No offence to anybody with a gammy leg, but
I actually counted 6 Snow Island jackets as well. Like,
They're all fake.
I
Airdrie's a mad place. The only time I've ever been to Airdrie is when I've came here.
I was thinking this in the way in. I only know places if they have a rugby team.
Yes. Have I played rugby
Have I
there?
played rugby here? Airdrie's not a rugby team, so
It's-
I've never
it's
had to go to
Katie
Airdrie.
hates it. Like, there's a location. I'm like, oh, I played rugby there. It's actually, I seen a meme once and it was like somebody that does like homers, like a joiner, an electrician.
Yeah.
So that whenever they drive past a house that they've done work in, I've done
been
work
there.
in there.
I know.
I've done work in there. I've done work in there. That's like when you play rugby. But aye, so a lot's happened in a year.
what's happened?
You have a 1-year-old.
I have a 1-year-old.
That's crazy.
It's incredibly rewarding and also taxing.
Is she paying bills?
She isn't. She's a freeloader.
Is she?
Wow.
She is an
She's doing
absolute
chores?
freeloader. She's not doing chores. She can say a few words though, and she's kind of almost walking,
I seen the walk. That's cool.
which is insane. It's actually mad to see how quickly like they pick up stuff, because like 2 weeks ago we were kind of trying to like get her to walk and stuff, and her legs were everywhere and all that, and then literally like within days it's just like I'm stepping forward. It's like it's mad. She's great though. I love
That's
her.
amazing,
Small
isn't it?
humans are crazy. Speaking of small
And
humans,
we Hattie just turned 3.
Hattie's
My God.
3.
Hattie's 3. That's really old.
And when you think about it, so we would have started the poddy when 22.
Yes,
Yeah.
that seems like so long ago though.
It was 2 years ago. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
3.
3.
Fuck.
Fuck off. No,
Aye,
it's
3.
well.
Aye, which is crazy. Aye, because we did the podcast for about a year and a half before we stopped.
We
Wow.
We
get
got
man.
through the 60 episodes in maybe about a year and a half.
Good
and
call.
then obviously stopped for a wee bit. But aye, Hattie's 3 now, which is
And how does that make you feel?
kind of old. like a little bit old. Like I'm not gonna lie, like it does. It's kind of trippy. Like she's 3, she's going to be starting like big girl nursery, and then next year it's going to be P1.
Wow, man.
Like that's fucked, to be honest. Like I think it's so mad just thinking about that. Is it next year P1? I don't know. I think it is.
I think they can go in at 4.
I've been in it 4.
Yeah.
So
Should have got the third a few years. You should probably still be in about 4th year right now.
Bro, I wish.
To be fair.
I wish.
But the fact that she's 3 and it's a full blown person I have now.
Crazy.
Conversations, understands everything that you're saying.
Do you
What's good? There's good bits and bad bits about as your child gets older. Good bits are is that they'll fetch you things.
I'm saying this.
So they'll go get you the remote. They'll go get you something at the cupboard, like things that they can reach. If they need, go get your jacket. Do you know what I mean? Like that. It's like, I don't have to go and fucking grab everything. I'm hungry.
That's
I need
good.
to go and get. She's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, go to the cupboard. Go get some crackers. She's like, okay.
Wow.
How fast can you do it? Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's a game. But then on top of that, it's just non-fucking stop. From the moment she wakes up to the moment she goes to bed, it's like, it's chaos.
Yeah, we were saying this about Cora, like, just over this past. That's actually because my mum was looking after her, and I was like, "Oh, how's your day with Cora and stuff?" My mum looked exhausted.
Yeah.
She was like dead behind the eyes, man. She's like, "Oh, make it stop."
My mum looks after Hattie on a Monday, and like I get a text about 4:30, being like, "Are you on your way?" She's like done in, man. She's knackered by the time it gets to that stage. But
does that still have like naps and stuff? No, like midday naps. Does that kind of do you wind that out?
It's kind of stopped. It's kind of stopped. She can certainly still have them. I think like my mum will put her down and stuff like that during the day. But like, because we're doing more stuff, we're just out. Yeah. And then like her gymnastics is maybe in the afternoon, and that's when she would have had a nap. And sometimes if I'm driving places, she gets a wee car nap. Do you know what I mean? But like, no, it's kind of phasing out a little bit. But she could definitely go up. But sometimes as well, I'm like, I want to keep her tired for night time.
So goes to bed early,
straight down, bomb.
Yeah, but sometimes that doesn't even happen. But it's all the things you've got to look forward to, brother.
Oh, so this a bit and the internet knows, but an announcement on the podcast.
Does I?
Daddy, 3 dads podcast.
I know.
3 dads, 1 podcast.
Yeah.
Just need to wait till the baby has its first suck of the teat in it, and then we can maybe go down that route of calling it that.
True.
Know what I mean?
Yes, you're not. I know. I get what you mean.
Yeah, no,
no, but like, if we want to change the name potentially, you know, like, I'm joking. So July the 11th. But see, every time we went for a scan, the date's been brought forward. So it's like started at 11th, then the next scan was like 9th of July, then the next scan was like the 6th of July. Don't know. Keeps happening every time. So, but then Sarah was 2 weeks late. So, and then I think her brother was like a week and a bit late. So if they go off what her mum's like, it might be like mid-July. Do you know what I mean? Before or late July, before the baby comes. But it's crazy, man.
And how you feeling?
I'm kind of excited, but like I'm thinking of stuff. I'm like, I wish I started earlier.
What weddings?
Aye. Like, I don't know if you've had the thoughts, but I'm like,
45,
when I'm older, like, cool, when my kids 30, what age will I be? Like, I'm starting to do all that.
Yeah.
This is mad. Just genuinely in the kitchen yesterday, just making a sandwich. I was like, thinking of that.
But people are having kids later and later and later in life.
Oh, yeah.
Like the people are. And it's actually kind of fascinating. And I think that when you have them, you then wish you did it earlier. Because those fluff years from 25 to 30, you don't really do much anyway.
Nothing happens.
All your fun is out the way by 25.
Definitely.
So when you get to 25 and up, you might as well start getting married
you're
and start
pissing
having
about,
wains.
aren't
If
you?
you've got the right partner, that's
a big thing.
probably the most important part. Because if you're with someone who's a wet wipe, if you're with someone who's insufferable, like obviously, don't get married.
No.
I don't have wains with them.
But it's funny that I've seen obviously you with Hattie, so I felt a wee bit broody quite quickly.
I feel like most of my
like,
mates are like most of my mates are like that don't have kids yet are like I could be doing my baby.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? And then when I see like Cora, I'm like I miss having a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a baby, like a proper baby.
I'm like worried that. So like, my kind of worry just now is that I'm missing bits. See, because obviously you can't be with them all the time and all that, and then like, say she'll go to the childminders and she'll do something for the first time with the childminder. She said baby today, or she done this, and I'm kind of missing it. So I just feel like it is because she's now just over 1. It's going rapid. So we are having that conversation. Like, do we want another one? Like now, whatever. we're just kind of getting our life back though. So like, when do you have what's a good age gap between
3?
I'd say I know.
3 years exactly.
Exactly, I know. It's always on the cards, but with the age gap, you don't want it to be too big. You don't want it to be too short. But then you're also like, because even that's what Katie's saying. She's like, I feel like I'm just back to my normal self within the past year. Right,
Yeah.
and it does take women a long time to feel like they've got their bodies back, they've got their health back, they're fully back to it.
Their hobbies and all that shit.
Yeah, just like shit to like they start to feel like they're not just a mum as well.
They're them again.
They're them again because even if you're physically recovered, like when you're just attached to a baby all day, you're off work for a year. Do you know what I mean? Or most women tend to be off work 9 months, a year or whatever. Like you're then just getting back into work and all the rest of it. So you're finding your routines again. So I think the sooner that you have them, then the more you get your life back.
Aye.
Because see now, I have no idea what you do with a newborn baby. It was that long ago.
Forgot.
I'm like, do you know what I mean? Like Cora was different because she was standing in that when we were around there just at Christmas time. But like, see, like baby that you have to hold. I'm like, what do you do with them again?
My
How does it work?
had a wee boy, Arthur, and he's 6 months younger than Cora, right? And that's only a 6 month difference, right? So you try to hold him like.
They're so fragile.
Because they're like, I'm chucking Cora about. I'm like choke slamming her on that, right? She loves it. And wee Arthur's just like just this wee tiny baby that's fragile. Whereas I know that Cora's fairly robust.
Yes, I think all
She's
babies
got
are
that power
robust.
belly.
Right, all babies are robust.
Da.
More robust. All babies are robust. It's just that it's not yours.
Yeah,
so you're like, I don't want to
break this one.
So you're touching it as if like it's going to shatter into a million pieces. Then it's probably going to be fine. But no, I think the sooner you get the kids over and done with, you then totally have your life back. Because then if you wait too long and you've just got your life back and you're getting into it, and then you have to do it all over again, that's like
Aye, and then you need to start thinking about like later on, right? So then one leaves school, you've still got another 4 years 5 years for the blankets. So you're still kind of waiting. So you're probably right. Getting them out quick.
Rapid babies.
Boom.
Babies. But then I'm also like, one's cool. One's
This is also kind of where my head's at
Yeah.
as well. So I've obviously got a brother. We all have siblings, right?
Yeah.
It's class.
Yeah.
Like having a sibling.
It's only been class recently.
Yeah.
Didn't enjoy it growing up. Well, for the most part.
Yeah.
Like that's just, but my wee brother would say the same thing as well. It's only really recently that we became parents.
Maybe that's because you were like two boys, too close in age.
Two
you were
boys,
kind of
shared a
butting
room,
heads and all that stuff.
all the rest of it.
And you're a bit difficult as a person.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Pulley on, man.
Mate, you should see him and all.
There's 6 years between me and Cam. And see, to be honest, until I was about 15, I thought Cam was a bit soft when he was younger. And he was actually just a wee boy. And I was a moody teenager. So, like, I maybe need to apologise to him at some point. But there's 6 years between us, and I love that sort of stuff. But, like, I could be happy just having Cora. Because I feel that we are just kind of getting our life back a little bit. And, like pregnancy's tough for Amanda. Like, Amanda struggled, right? And then I'm not saying that I had a harder job, because I definitely didn't, right? But I also struggled too.
Yeah.
Like a wee bit for different reasons, because I'm trying to make sure she's all right. I'm also trying to like business and all these other bits and bobs. So if I just had Cora, I'd be sound.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny you say that? So see the first trimester, going into kind of the first 2 weeks of the second trimester, Sarah was getting nausea, like she was being sick, boking at random. Well, she's great. Nothing would make her boke. It would make her boke,
Apart from you.
right? Yeah. Maybe that's why fucking as soon as she woke up in the morning and looked at me, she was like, not at all. Like that. Molly Six is kicking her gut in. So she had a cunt of time, right? Much better now. Bokes occasionally, so she's doing much better second trimester, which I think is a thing. I think the first trimester's the worst.
It's a bit rough.
Second trimester you might be alright. Third, then you're getting big, you're starting to get like uncomfortable in that. So she's getting big, by the way, which is mental.
Yeah.
None of her jeans fit anymore.
Really?
Like we're maybe 17 weeks this week, I think it is, which is crazy. So we're like 40% of the way through or something like that. She had to the numbers every day.
Yesterday, and I was like, what?
I know, man.
I know.
Remember it was 6 weeks.
That's crazy.
So flying in, absolutely flying in, but also just wanted to be fucking here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But I forget my point.
No, but when you... Sorry,
she's having a... Basically, they do have a hard time, but when she... See, initially, I always just go to Sarah, see if I've got a vent or I'm thinking of something or frustrated at something, annoyed or whatever it is, you need to get something off your chest. Your blood's always the first person you go to, right? Like, it's the first person you would think about phoning and just having a whatever in the car, or when you get in for being out all day or whatever it is, when she gets in for work. But I was like, I don't want to give her
your problems.
She's getting through it now. See, for about 3-4 weeks, maybe even 5 weeks, I remember just thinking, I feel like I'm just a pure spare prick here.
That's
weird.
That's most of it. I actually think that intensifies.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because especially as they get bigger and it gets rougher for them, there is like literally nothing you can do.
Yep.
And then because you want to help, but there's nothing that you can do that does help, that's also a problem. So that becomes an issue.
Yeah.
It's the fact you're useless. Like that becomes part of the thing that is.
You caused this. I'm sorry.
The funny thing I find about things like this is that when I was going through that, there wasn't many of my pals that had. There was 2 of my mates that had kids prior to that. But I never really spoke to them about it. And when you're going through that, you think that you're like, oh my God, it's like your problems are your individual issues. But every couple has had copy paste the same conversations, the same chat, the same whatever. And the more I hear and talk about this, the more I realise that everybody has actually went through the same sort of
they've all got a shared experience.
Shared experience, that's exactly it. But it's like you think that your problems are yours, but it's like everybody's had them. You know, it's so fascinating. Like hearing you talk about that, and I'm like, but then the thing is too that I find quite difficult to do, right? Is that, say, because Hattie's a little bit older than Cora, right? And Cora's a little bit older than Baby, right? It's hard to not pass down like, oh, when Hattie was this age, we did that without sounding like a dick, or sounding like a know-it-all. I find that I have to like stop myself, because I feel like I want to say it. You know what I mean? Like if you say something about Cora, like, oh, at this age she's starting to walk, and I don't want to be like, when Hattie walked, I don't want to be like that.
Yeah, it's almost like you want to chat about it because it happened to you and you want to share that kind of thing, but you don't want to make it all about you.
Correct.
Just
because it's your moment. It's like Cora's walking and that's exciting, and like you're going through that. That's exciting. So you want to make.
Some people are like that though, right? And they want it to be on them, but you're not like that. So even if you did say
simple way to acknowledge. Just acknowledge what they're saying first and then fucking talk about yourself. Yeah, that's good. So anyway.
Well, actually, Hattie done it better.
Many steps.
Cora, that's great. So anyway, Hattie, when she was free.
She spoke Spanish. I mean, fucking whatever. In fact, she's slacking on the Spanish. Need to get back on that. She's slacking on the Spanish.
I love that though.
I was going to say oui, but that's French.
So here's a thing, right, that you don't even think of. So I'm thinking of like, right, I know what she's going to be like when she's at my mum's, right? My mum won't listen to a word I'll say when it comes to food or anything like that. She'll be getting fucking she will be getting biscuits, whatever it is, right? Like I know for a fact that's happening. So, like phone time and all that, like I know for a fact if my mum's like, need a wee bit of a break, the phone will get past.
That's Coco Melon.
It'll be just getting back on everything me and Sarah will try and have. But I would say like how you and Katie done it, because Katie obviously works like in knows education, so like it was quite interesting to see how you were doing it. And like Sarah always brings you up if we're like, oh, we'll have Spanish on like Hattie did, or well, all the time. And it's so I think that's funny, because like I wouldn't have known the way to go about it. I don't know anybody except my sister really, like that I've seen proper first hand. So you're the only other people that I've really seen kind of raise a fucking small child. So it's quite interesting, because I'm like, oh, I would like to do that. I would like to have like Spanish in early. I would like to, like, instead of just getting them mad random shit to play with, like have instruments, have a fake drum set, have stuff that they need to use their brain, just stuff like that. I'm thinking of already.
Do you know, actually, you mentioned that about like your mum might be, you don't know what she's going to be. She might be
I
like
know.
that, right?
I know she's going to be a nightmare, man.
That kind of grinds my gears. I wasn't expecting was like the friction with like our parents. You know, well, no, we didn't do that.
Your authority of a parent is like questioned by your own parents.
By your own parents?
Yeah, and again, it's one of those shared things. Like
we just let them cry.
Yeah. But not back in our day, like we didn't need to sterilise bottles or whatever it is. And it's like, I think the parents have a hard time being told what to do by their children about their children. right? It's like they find it hard
because you're macho.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, because we had it too. We had the exact same thing too. And it's like, even now I'll say go down and pick them up, and then they'll be doing something that I'm like, I wouldn't have them doing it at the house. But then the thing is as well, like, I remember when I was at my grand's, like, I got away with murder when I was at my grand's. Do you know what I mean? I'd watch telly all day. I'd run about all
Mine would
day.
just feed me with plums and limeade.
Yeah, I would just
There you
eat.
go, son. Have a pound of plums. Like,
I would eat sweets, I would eat all day, I would drink juice, I would do the stuff that wouldn't otherwise happen at my mum's. I'd have microwave meals and all that. My mum would, do you know what I mean? So all this stuff.
And that's why a grand's is always a favourite place to go.
So like when you rephrase it, or when you reframe it, and it's like that's what grands are going to do and that's what they're meant to do, and you don't get as annoyed by it.
True.
And the thing is as well, like there's obviously a limit. Like having a couple of extra biscuits, you know, fucking fine, it is what it is. A wee bit extra telly time, fine, it is what it is, because you know it's not going to happen in your house where you spend most of the time anyway. But that was a struggle, I think. And I think it is a struggle for everybody too, is like, what's the parents going to do? But at the end of the day, you need to remember is that they'll treat that child better than they treated you.
fact.
100%.
1,000,000%.
Grandparents will treat the grandchildren better than they treated
Because
you.
they've had 1 or 2 or 3 goes at it already.
And they've went like that. I made a lot of mistakes back in the day. This thing that's just getting nothing
And they're
but
also
love.
more chill. Grandparents tend to be more chilled and more time and all that.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's fucking this.
Like they've got nothing but love for that thing. Whereas when it was their own, aka us, stress, you know, you're rarely going to get your grandparents shout at the grandchild. Do you know what I mean?
Their tolerance is just up.
Yeah, it's so much higher. So you need to take the good with the good with the bad.
That's a good way.
So it's a different way of looking at
Totally
it. But for
different.
years, it's only really recently I've kind of thought about that. But the thing is, as well, with both our sets of grandparents, both of them are amazing.
Yeah,
Both
we
like from
have a
mine
good.
and from and Katie's, and they help so much. It's been amazing. But there has, especially in the early days, there's a bit of friction as well. But that's just going to happen.
That's expected.
Exactly, and even they'll be thinking the same thing. It's like, oh, God, it's not like we had 2 kids. You're all alive, aren't you? You know what I mean?
He's turning out
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. That's exactly what I say. Yous were fine.
And you're like, really? Are you sure?
I know.
Are you sure?
I don't know, you want to use
This
me
is my
as an
list.
example
This is
of
my
that?
list of traumas, mother. Yeah.
I know. So let's not talk about being dads too much. I mean, that is a big part of.
Yeah,
it's
but
gonna be a
I
big
mean,
part of our lives.
really, that is what's happened.
That is
And
what's been happening.
something else that's happened in the past year.
Ah, yeah, got a gym.
Man's got a gym.
Yeah, got a gym now.
Let's chat about that.
Was that happening? Is it since we were closing up? Nah, it wasn't
Well,
even on the
actually,
radar.
actually, it would have just been happening because you opened in April 2024.
It would have been.
So when did we have the gain line business?
Oh, it was January.
So that's when you had the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We kept it very hush hush for ages.
Yeah.
Which was annoying, but
It was in the works probably from the last podcast. But I mean, it's again on that coming on April. That'll be a year, which is crazy.
We have a party.
Yeah, we'll have a party. We'll have a big fucking shindig. But that's mad to see how quickly that's gone in. Especially when I look at my fucking bank statements, you see how much money these cunts are getting for rent, and I'm just seeing it add up at the end of the year, and I'm like, whoa. You know what I mean?
Is it what you expected it to be?
Yes.
I feel like there's a question mark.
There's a little question mark, a wee small one. I think it's what I expected it to be, but I always had the vision. I actually spoke about this on my other podcast.
Podcast friends.
Plug it.
The Jordan Green Show.
Is that what it's
I can't
called?
even remember what it's called. No, I think it's just the Jordan Green Podcast. But
What a terrible name.
I
but
know.
It's fine. I'm kidding.
How long did that take?
I'm sorry, I used up all my creative juices for
Right.
the name of this
Fair.
podcast. Sorry, right? Go fuck yourselves. What were we even talking about? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
now.
Gym?
Question.
Was it
You had a
what
wee
you
question
expected?
mark about it.
So I always envisioned having a gym like there was this company called the Hybrid Performance Method, I think, out in Miami, right? And they basically coached like powerlifters, bodybuilders, and CrossFitters, and they had this like one big program, and it was an online business, but they had this sick gym in Miami
I remember you talking about
that
this.
wasn't open to the public. It was like theirs and only theirs. They shot content there, they filmed videos there, did all the rest of it, and then probably through 2017 to 2020, I followed these guys quite a lot. It was that's Steffi Cohen. Remember her?
I know that name. Why do I know that
Yeah,
name?
mad, like jacked, fucking Latino bird.
Maybe.
Maybe he's like, I don't know.
Or Latino.
I'll need to think.
Latino.
Latino.
No, I'm just saying how he's like. You said Latina. I don't know. Latina's bud. Latino's guy.
I think you made that up. But he's made that up. Anyway, so their gym was just primarily focused, like it was ran from their online business, and I thought that would be sick. Imagine I had a place that was like mine for my online guys to come and train, and that's kind of what it's formed out to be. It's not really ran as much as like a gym. That's actually kind of changing now. Going to be launching out ads and doing all the rest of it and trying to build that side of the business a wee bit more, but then pass on the responsibilities to some of the coaches and really get them to start to build that up. With James doing a bit more PT and all that now, and getting like, I've been so lucky. See the amount of people I've heard talk about like trying to get staff and build a team with the gym. See, we're having like Demi, Drew and James. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah,
like it's
quick as well, right away, right for start.
It's just right from the get go, and they were just into it, and they were just great, and everybody loves them. And I'm like, I didn't have to like train them up and bring them in and be whatever. They were already here,
fit for purpose.
Yeah. Like, and all three of them I'd coached in the past, or still do coach. So like, still coach James, coach Demi, and I coach Drew, and like, so they've came through the woodwork.
So almost like you've already kind of vetted them,
a little bit, and it's been so amazing to have them, and I really want them to run with it a wee bit. So that's the kind of plan coming out of this. The first sort of phase of it, the first year of it was like just feeling it out. So I don't know what I'm doing. To be honest, I like really
fake it till you make it, baby.
You probably never feel like you know what you're doing, but right.
I've never once known what I'm up to. With a podcast,
I fucking
don't know,
man.
YouTube videos, don't know. Gym, don't know. Just going to fucking
half
do
the
it
time you
anyway.
come in here and be like, we're going to talk about this today. Like, just made
just
up the
see
spot.
what happened. And so the thing is, I think that an element of that has got me by to a certain extent, but I feel like throughout this year things need to be a little bit more planned. There has to be a little bit more planning, a little bit more of a solid execution. That's what I was speaking about last week, 2 weeks ago. So that's kind of where it's at. So it is, to answer your question, roundabout way of answering your question, yes, it is what I thought it was to a certain extent. But I feel like with everything, moving house, starting a business, it's going to take more time and cost more money than you would project. Like whatever you think it's going to cost you and however long you think it's going to take you,
add more,
double it.
Yeah.
Just like double it.
Fitness and everything as well, man. Fucking.
Aye.
If you think it's going to take a year, it'll probably take 2. No.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You think you're going to achieve X weight lifted in 12 weeks or whatever, or physique time on running, it's probably going to double that time. It's probably that's what it's going to take you. Double that effort, double that time. Double the time you spend coaching. It's
bro,
anything you think.
10x it, bro.
Just buy 15 duplexes, you know what I mean? Buy 100. No, so it's been good fun. Have you guys been enjoying it? So you work from there. You run your business.
I do run my business. I hate the management. They are all over the place. Do you know, actually, some of my I don't do a lot of, and I do scattered kind of one-to-ones, bit of group work, and then I just get them online clients in, and it's been amazing. But some of my clients were complimenting how good it was and how clean it was as well. Clean gyms are important. Do you remember how horrific Pure Gym was? Like, if actually any Pure Gym, there is not one clean Pure Gym out of all the Pure Gyms.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at the size of the things. There's like a few
there is
staff to
cleaners
try.
every day. They just don't give a fuck.
Don't
Again,
care.
I'm lucky. My mother-in-law is my cleaner.
Shout out Julie.
Shout out
First
Julie.
shout out.
Takes it serious.
First shout out.
Shout out,
She'll
Julie.
love it. I don't think she'll listen. But that it's the number one investment. What is it?
Your mother-in-law, you also get married.
Does I get married? I got married.
I'm mad. We can chat about that later, though.
Fucking hell.
Whatever.
Doesn't
sweet.
matter.
Whatever.
A lot's happened.
Good day, stag do. No, great weekend. But the cleanliness of a gym is the number
Huge.
one thing I think that most people will spot. Having a clean toilet, clean things put away. It's mad. I'm so particular about the gym, but like, see my car.
Horrific.
See the inside of that, it's fucked. Mate, it's beef and rice everywhere. It's just fucking things like
Everywhere.
that.
Teriyaki
But then
sauce.
the house, just because Katie, the house is clean, but it's a riot half the time with all the toys out and everything out. The gym is the clean place. Do you know what I mean? And I think that you're right. People notice that, and people are going to see that. Like, you know what I mean? People
Yep.
want to train in an environment that, like, I don't know, it's just clean.
Yeah, it's also I kind of see because it is kind of like your clients and like I suppose kind of people extended to that. It's like a standard that you set. Do you know what I mean? So like, no, this is how we do things here.
Yeah.
Things get put away. Things are clean.
Yeah.
Like, all
Even
that
when
sort of stuff.
even when I walk in, you see me. I will if the windies are on the upright. I'll fix them.
Yeah,
I'll
it is.
open them.
You're right
I'm
in
like-
saying that drip feeds down to
Yep.
people who even just come to the gym to use it. Like, it's having that environment, it's that things are just done right here.
Yep.
And I think that it stems from that. How you do everything's how you do anything's how you do everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Clean toilets. Every time,
Clean.
even I'll take a
skip
piss.
marks.
I'll take a piss. Bleach. I want to see bubbles when I flush that toilet. I don't want to see water. I want to see bubbles. That's what it's. That's what it's like. That's where we're at. And but I suppose it's a good thing. I'd rather be a little bit too over the top with that than not at all. Like, I'd hate to hear through the grapevines that place is bogging.
Yeah,
place
when
is
that gate
mocking.
line, it
I would
was-
hate that. That would kill me. You know what I mean? So, but I'm starting to be trying to be a little bit more professional with the marketing side of it. It got me so far just having like cool people, but in order to grow that side of the business a little bit more, that's what's going to happen. So, how have you enjoyed that as a member?
Shite. It's been class.
Yeah.
It's been class.
You do
It's
a run
just-
club from there as well?
Run club happens again. Line.
That's also happened past year. I don't think you were doing that.
Ah, no, it was
Oh, but were you?
2000, I don't know, November, some fucking year.
19 canteen.
19 canteen, brother. Brother.
So you like the gym? The gym's good.
Gym's class. Gym's class. I'm in it a lot, at least 5 days a week,
Couple
6 days
times
a
a
week,
day.
couple of times a day sometimes. It's good atmosphere in it, good buzz. Everybody's quite like-minded. And I hate people just say that to try and like fucking get it in there. Yeah, the gym, everyone's dead light, but every cunt
we're
is
a
fucking
community.
genuinely
Yeah.
quite like-minded.
Actually,
Into training, nobody really pisses about. It's good.
I spoke about that actually on my podcast.
I was going to see if you just mess this
On my
podcast
podcast.
again.
I spoke about.
Never know why you want to take him back here, man.
I spoke about the
There's a
You
bigger,
can hear it
there's a
plug your
bigger
own
audience.
podcast.
Aye, there's a bigger audience that know that. I'll fucking just keep plugging the
you should
Jordan
see the
Green show.
listens, bro. They're not high. Most of them were me. The difference between being a coach and being a gym owner, right? So like when you're talking about like was it what you expected? I try to take the same level of like thinking towards my coaching business as the gym business. So like one of them being like, or one of the distinctions I found is that with members of the gym, you have to give them what they want. So if they want big sweaty workouts, they want team workouts, they want to do fun things, they want to do whatever, like you have to give them that. Like, whereas with your clients, you have to give them what they need. If you need a strength progression, you need a rowing progression, you need that. I'm trying to take the strength progressions and rowing progressions and put them in a class. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. And if they did care, they would come to you for coaching. You know what I mean? And I got those wires crossed. It took me a few months to figure it out because I would do
Did
it
you
on
lose
week
people
one.
over it, do you reckon?
Never lost people, but like what you lose or what you don't get is buy-in, so you feel a bit butthurt.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're like, oh, you missed last week's progression. And I'm like, mate, I was at work.
Yeah.
They don't care, right? Do you know what I mean? They don't
They
give
just
a
want
fuck.
to go and do the
Whereas
thing.
like
Aye.
if it's like a team workout or it's like something fun or it's some last week's workout was brutal, like blah 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 blah. Oh fuck, I can't believe I missed it. Oh, I can't believe I missed week 4, season 2 of my rowing progression. Nobody cares, right? So like the distinction between giving the clients what they want, or giving the members what they want, and giving my clients what they need. That was one of the main things that I probably found.
And you just learn. You just learned it.
Yeah,
You-
and I
you
think
just-
it's not any of the stuff that's in
You
a
learn by
fucking.
doing, don't you?
It's in a pamphlet. Do we say pamphlet here? It's not anything that's in a booklet.
Brochure.
That people. Here's how to open a
Pamphlet.
gym, right? Here's how to run a gym. Like you don't find those things in it. That stuff you pick up along the way. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
But aye, so gym's great.
Class.
Gym was great. I
Proud
liked
you.
it. Gym was good.
You're
Are
smashing
you
it.
buying my
Proud
laptop
you.
now?
As long as you put a big fucking sign in it. Danny the
So I
shape,
said,
don't
I
touch
said I was
it.
selling a laptop. He messaged me, being like, "Oh, mate, don't sell it. I love it. Like, I'll buy it off you if you keep it." And I was like,
I also love it, and it's also handy to have.
"That is,
You just want more CrossFit shit in it. And
What are you going to... Can you say what you're going to put on it?
aye,
Aye, what you got to put
you'll
on it?
love it more."
What?
Treadmill.
Shite.
Aye, you can run outside. Why do you
Run
need one in the gym?
outside. Couple of curved treadmills. I mean,
I think.
With the kind of...
I just need the space.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? I need
Yeah.
the space. So like, you can buy it off me and put it in your spare room. Put it in baby's room.
Aye. The wainscot can
Aye.
Get to fuck.
Just
Just put the lap
baby
pool
can
down.
just sleep on the lap pool down.
Sleep on the lap pool down. Aye. It's under it. Is it been a baller? But anyway, so
Just need to do my pull-ups.
just let me know if you're somebody offering. Then
Cut it down to 8.
somebody messaged me on Facebook, offered me 800 quid for it. And I
Really?
thought, you fucking
That's it,
cheap,
nah.
you cheap cunt.
No-
That's like
no under a grand.
800 quid. Mate, the thing was $3,000 new, right?
Is it new though?
It was $3,000 new. I then put it up for 1950, right? Fucking grand off it. Bargain. Nobody clicked. Not a single click. Fine, let me take another 700 quid off it. Nobody's interested.
That's good value.
Still nobody's interested. Do I need to pay someone to take this off me?
You just keep it.
Takes up so much space. It's not a big gym.
Much
Anyway,
is a curved treadmill? You get a curved treadmill or you getting a
Cuffed.
curved
Cuffed, expensive.
shin splints?
You're doing it wrong. You're running wrong. I'll teach you. I'll teach you.
I'm joking.
Anyway, so what's been? I was about to say what's been happening.
What's
in our
been
lives,
happening?
But we've just spoken about
Had
that
a
for the
baby.
past 37 minutes.
So have we missed anything? Let's think. Has there anything been missed? What have you got coming up this year?
Exciting.
There
Great
you
question. Great question.
Absolutely fuck all, man.
Really,
Nothing planned yet. Being a dad.
Danny? You get some runs.
Get some runs, bro.
You get some
So
runs.
obviously we know the rain coming July.
And sure, what you're about to talk about. Sorry, I'll just I'll just let you talk. This is a Danny
This
part
is
of the
Danny
show.
part. 8 marathons, 7 days has been announced on social. It's on the socials. 8 marathons, 7 days. Last day, double marathon, finishing on Ben Nevis. Well, it'll be up and down Ben Nevis, so it'll be up and then finish at the bottom. So I've done Ben Nevis at the end, at highest mountain in the UK. I don't know how many, 400k or something. I think it works out 300 and something k across the week or something like that. It works out.
Wow.
With some fucking stupid elevation, obviously with that. So that's coming up. Selfishly, just because I like doing shit like that. There's this like
Quite right. You
like
test
doing
yourself.
shit like that.
What your marathon route's going to be on those days?
Oh mate,
Are you just going to run?
there is fuck all planned. People can't believe you've no planned it. And I'm like, no, I know that I'll be running a marathon every day, right up, and then I know we're running 2 marathons on the last day, and I know that I'll be running up and down Ben Nevis, and
You could do airdrie.
but there's 6 months. Like I'll plan the kind of details, but see, to be honest with you, see, just leaving for the gaff, that's going to probably be the easiest thing every day. Do you know what I mean? So just some days I'll maybe like go Glasgow and do like the Clyde walkway or whatever it is. But most of the time I'm like, if I just leave for the house, right? I get up, I get myself sorted, everything's there. I'll maybe take a kind of a break or whatever, a stop at like the half mara point, kind of refuel, get my bearings, maybe change my shoes. So maybe need to like think of somewhere that I can do that, or get set at meet me in the car, or want to use to or something.
'cause I suppose that the time it takes you to do them doesn't matter. It's just the fact that you're doing them. Or are you going for times on each thing?
I'm not pissing about, but like you be smart, right? So like I'm not going to go out in the first and be like, right, fucking
3:30
drop
mark.
5 minute Ks, right? Because there's not going to be a marathon done the rest of the week if that's the case. Like it would be, but it's going to be hurting a lot more than what it could have been. So it's just being smart, obviously, like power output, like making sure I'm being conservative with my energy and not just wasting energy and not putting too much into it, and being smart and all of that. But it's not as if I'm going to just be like taking forever to do them. Like I want to get them done in good times.
When
you know what I mean?
when is challenge?
This is the 2nd of June, I think. It is. 2nd of June,
so
2nd of June.
month P, baby.
This is why. So I'd thought about it and I was like, when can I get it done? When can I get it done? Obviously, before the baby comes makes more sense. And just in general, it's June. There's hundreds of daylight, especially for Ben Nevis. Like that last day is going to be a big, long fucking day. Do you know what I mean? That's going to be like no, and it's mostly just because obviously the length of time up Ben Nevis when you're knackered. This is marathon number 8 by this point.
Could you go for a gaff to Ben Nevis?
That would only
like
be,
run to
that
Fort
would be
William?
maybe
Wonder how far
200
that is.
miles.
All right, never mind.
I retract that statement.
170 miles or something.
never mind. That's more than
Shite bag
50.
if you don't.
So basically they kind of
80 miles.
what?
80 miles to Fort William. For here.
Maybe for you, but
Fair
how,
day.
if the West Island weighs 100,
Don't know.
and that's from Waggai to Fort William, how can it be less for Fort William East Kilbride?
Brother, don't. Mate, 117 miles. It's changed. Maybe as the crow flies.
Who knows?
Anyway, so no, I won't do that. But so basically, I think the kind of plan will be on the last day. That's when the kind of logistics will need to come into play a good bit, because I'm going to be basically on the Saturday night going over to Fort William so that I'm up in the morning and starting, because I'm going to need a full day for the last day.
I'll need
a full day. Aye,
a real full day.
A real full day.
Could be like what, 10-hour shift?
Longer.
12-hour shift?
Look, just because I've been nervous, longer. Do you know what I mean? If I was keeping on the flats, like I could have
we ran
got it
up
done
Ben
under 10.
Nevis and like ran back down, and I think it took us like 2 hours to get up. I think it's about the same to get down as well. That's just Ben Nevis. And that's how many miles?
I think it's like 8 or 10k up.
Mate, it's
8
not,
or 10k
it's
down.
not far.
Aye.
And that's 4 hours of your thing. Fuck's sake, mate.
Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be a tough day the last day. That's the when the logistics will kick in. Fort William's not a big place, so I'm probably going to need to do like on the first 60k is probably going to need to be looped, 10k loops or something. Just run and run, which I've done a backyard ultra. So I mean that's
I'm a bit of a big deal.
That'll be easy work.
It's I was 7.6k up to the top. 2 hours 10 minutes.
Yep.
1,200 meters, 1250 elevation. I was in a weight vest and all.
Oof.
CrossFit.
Look at you, man.
It's just all random.
CrossFit.
It's a charity,
Put a
it's a
weight
charity,
vest
big
on.
bunch
You
of us
running?
done it.
Put a weight vest on.
It was class. It was good fun.
So I mean, field boys. Any you want
What's
to jump
gonna
into?
be-
Any
what-
runs? Any distances you want to help me?
I'll be there. I'll be there crewing. What is we were practicing for Austin next year.
Yes,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
That was another thing. So
I forced him into this decision. I feel like every decision that Danny's made, I've almost forced him into it.
at least I bite. At least I take. At least
Yeah.
He does.
Comes round.
He does come round a bit. So I tried to talk you out of this,
you did.
and I wanted you to do Nick Bear's. I don't know what they've called it. Bear Ranch.
Bear Ranch backyard ultra. Or something.
Bear Ranch Backyard Ultra, and you had to. There's 125 people they accepted to go into. You had to do like a lottery to it.
Yep.
And I thought that if you were going to do something mental, traveling out to Austin, running with 125 of the best ultra
Big
guys
names.
With
there
your crew.
with your crew, you could have a crew of 3 people. Like Ada went, Katie Ada went, oh for tits. I'm like, I'm going
Amanda
to
would
Austin.
not be happy.
Why?
Yeah.
Because
Say
Danny's
Danny.
going to run for 24 hours straight, and I'm just going to feed him Lucozade or
Do you know how
Gatorade.
fucking cool that would have been? So
It'd
we'd
have
have been
sick.
pitched up in tents, right? And all the big boys would have been coming in at the end of the loop. Their mates, fucking people filming. It would have been unreal.
Yeah,
I'll go every year. I'll go for this.
yeah,
Every year.
but that wasn't your sentiment when I first said it to you.
No.
You basically told me to go fuck myself.
Because
I've
you
got my
insulted
plan.
his idea.
Yeah.
Like, paint the picture, right? So again, it's like a fucking Friday, I think, right? And I didn't know anything about this, and I walk into the gym, and he's hitting me with this, while in 20 minutes, I'm about to film the fucking video announcing the challenge. James is coming in, he do it, and I'm like,
No,
bro,
don't do it.
I'm like, bro, like, chill out. He's like, no, listen. And then, so basically, I was like, right, I'll still film it. It'll still be second of June. I'll announce it for John's just spot a can of monster. But I'll still apply for the ranch, and if I get in, I'll just move the date of the challenge. So that's what we came to, but then obviously I didn't get in.
So Nick Bear, next year, I need my
year.
boy on this. I need him on it,
VIP.
and I need him there, right? So that's just what's happening.
You imagine
Nick.
going to something like putting down an absolute show.
But it's just
Do you know
also
what I
be
mean?
good as well from a networking standpoint
I
for
mean,
your
the opportunities.
for your
Yep.
for your sector, right? So ultra.
Sector. That's a good word.
Well, ultra running,
Yep.
his niche, marathon running, like it's booming. Now it's like it's fucking, it's going through the roof, and I think that's when you're there. They've obviously handpicked cunts, right?
Aye.
It's going to be the
There's a
who's
few
who
boys
of
in.
ultra. It's going to be the who's who of marathon running. Like
Need
this.
more followers, mate.
Do you know what I mean? You need to marry the TikToks, bro. You know what I mean? Get the
Brother.
TikTok, brother.
Yeah, it's a
brother.
TikTok.
Who's that on the phone? My mom. Anyway, aye, so that's exciting. And I feel like having something like that sets the tone for the year training wise too.
Big time.
Do you know what I mean? It sets it sets the thing.
It's in a calendar.
Yeah,
big
it's in the
time.
calendar. I'm actually going to High Rocks.
Glasgow.
Glasgow High Rocks.
Glasgow High Rocks. I'm going to win the thing.
Aye.
You're gonna
been
win the
running?
thing.
I'm gonna win it.
Wow.
No, my fuck. No, I'm doing it for a bit of fun. I'm doing that, but it's kept me like, I need to keep on top of my running and make sure that I'm still on.
So High Rocks Glasgow.
Gonna win it.
I'm a fuck. I'm actually in the middle. In fact, that's why I can't walk. Doing qualifiers for a competition down south. It's quite a high level competition, individual one called Castle Games. It's pretty decent. There's like a bunch of good guys that are doing it, and it's just to see where we're at. Where are we at amongst these big dogs, right?
So.
We're not that high up, right? As I found out. No, I actually put in one of my scores wrong. Wow. So I'm sitting like 60th out of like 190 folk, but I should be like fucking in the top 20, about there.
And you can change it?
They've said they review it all. I just put my score in wrong, right? And so they review them all. But they're quite harsh. James, on one of his workouts, got like 40 no reps for his burpees because the way it was filmed, right? This is hilarious, and I want to try and paint the picture here, right? So the camera's facing the rower, right? His back is at the rower, and then there's a box to the right hand side, like a 24-inch box, and you have to do burpees over the box and rowing, right? That was the workout. Don't mean to bore you with the details with it. So you do your burpee. When you get to the other side of it, when James goes down to do his burpee, you can't see him. It like disappears because he's behind the box, obviously doing a burpee.
Sure.
But they were like that. Nah, we can't see you, so they're on no reps.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, what else is he doing at the other side of the box?
Crouching down.
Do you know what I mean?
Pretending.
He's a big guy. Like, he's on the floor.
He's obviously on the floor behind the box. Like, give him the benefit of the doubt. And I'm kind of thinking
harsh,
like,
man.
mine is filmed just a little bit more to the right, so you can kind of see like my hips and my legs. But then I'm like, because they can't see my chest, are they going to do the same to me? So who knows if I'll even qualify for this. And
I like the way Castle Games do it. So they do like everybody does the same qualifiers. Is that right?
For intermediate and RX, scaled is different. Yeah, intermediate and RX, and then where you place.
That's good.
Is like if you're in the cut line for RX, you do that. If you're in the cut line for intermediate, you go and do that. And I think it's a better way of doing it because
you've got competition, don't you?
It saves the you should have did this division.
Aye.
Like that's what you got at Proving Grounds last year, or other events too. Like people doing intermediate when they're like, they were top guys, or people doing scaled, and it was like, just because I would rather come last at RX than first at intermediate. I would rather that because then I'm doing a harder thing. I'm going against better guys.
It's an ego hanging in it. You want to win something.
Yeah, but then it's also maybe an ego thing the other way too. No, I want to do it with the top guys. Like, it's ego either way, I think.
Ego isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No, and I didn't come last when I did. I was close to it. I suppose I did that last year, did Proving Grounds as well. But that again, so it's just testing myself against some of the bigger dogs for as long as I can before I get too old and chuck it. And
start playing rugby.
It's a solo comp as well. First solo comp?
Nah, I've done a couple.
You've done one, haven't you?
One or two, not many. Most of them has been team because team's fun, team's enjoyable. Do you know what I mean? But that's it. But I think having something in your training, something like that, it just sets the tone for the year. I think rugby's different though, because it's more so about staying healthy
throughout
the year,
100%.
And then the off season is like, I rest now.
Yeah. I go nap.
Like, in theory, it should
I'm ready for nap just now.
In theory, it should be the time of let's grow, let's get bigger. Maybe it was 10 years ago, right? But like, it's I rest my joints. Now. And then I think it's just, I feel like you've done well. I've not heard you complain so much about sore bits this year.
I've actually my knees are better.
Yeah.
I've had more injuries though. Like just little wee things, I've kind of shin splint things going on just now.
Elbow thing.
Done the elbow thing, at Oban, shoulder, but all manageable.
Yeah.
Tape, deep peep.
And what do you expect?
I know. Like it's always a part and parcel. See, as long as I can get through a game on a Saturday.
Many more years.
So me and Amanda have this conversation quite regularly.
I have it with you as well.
Well, think about it, some of the top guys are in 35, 36, still playing Prem rugby.
So I'm turning 33 in April. Right. I want to get to 200 caps for East Kilbride.
Do you?
Yep. COVID done me out of 40. So I should be 40 ahead of where I'm just now, providing I stayed healthy.
Yeah.
I'm at 97. So I've got another 100 games at least.
Bro.
Damn.
My personal opinion, it's a lot of shit. Just back
it in, do the CrossFit.
That's cool. That's a cool goal to have.
So that's
cool.
my goal. I want to,
because it's hard to get. It would be hard to go a FI rugby.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're at obviously a big level.
Yeah,
like,
it's obviously, I'd love to go back to Murrayfield again, or win Murrayfield, or win the cup or whatever. But it's a team sport, so you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
but that is on you.
That's me, because you get presented with a wee cap, like with your name on it, 200 caps on it, and then see, once I get there, I've played 200 first team games for a club. That's like my own wee legacy. Do you know what I mean? I'm pretty happy
you're
with
happy with that.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
That's for me. That's my goal. But
I feel
anyway,
you've been there for so long. How are you only at 97?
So see for the first 2 or 3 years, that's when I had mad knee injuries, right? And I could barely I could barely function. So I kind of spent time. So I took time off, try to fix that, and then COVID happened. Do you know what I mean?
So
I feel like my caps were
man.
counted incorrectly. Because when I played last year, whenever it was, it said like
13 games or something like that.
And I'm like, I played a lot more than 13 games.
Don't know. I kind of thought that as well, but
I don't know where they came from, because they never did it when I did it. Oh, is it from that?
Yeah. So whenever you play, they do a team sheet and it gets logged onto this thing. So
I was wondered how it gets tracked. I thought it was just fucking Lucas on Canva, just turning the 13 into 14.
Going back checking.
You know what I mean? Because it's 13 for the
10
next
years ago.
Exactly. Like, that's what I thought it was. But
I think so. Amanda, like, we have a little bit of friction about rugby and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it is a big commitment. It's like 16 hours a week or something like that. Like between going, traveling, playing, training, and all these other things as well. I've said to her, 40 is like my cut-off, is providing the body. Providing the body.
Bro.
Right.
Well, here's the thing though as well, is that if you told her, I hope she listens to this, have you told her that
she does not listen to the podcast,
when you stop playing, that you're just going to pick up coaching? And it's going to be the exact same commitment.
100%.
Actually, if not more.
So this is the thing. So see, a lot of sports people that have played sport their whole life, they just stop. And then there's a high depression rate with people that are especially team sports, because it's such a structure and part of your life for your whole life. I've been playing rugby for 22 years or something like that. Imagine I just stopped, didn't do anything. I would be demented.
Yeah. You take up
and I've said this to Amanda, like, I'll go to rugby, I'll then coach rugby, because I'll be the best version of me for you. Because otherwise I would just be thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'll just be thinking about rugby. I'll just be thinking about sport.
Exactly.
Like, so what would you rather?
You're going to be definitely into balls and all that when you're older, aren't you?
Right, so you say there's friction, right? When I was round at yours for dinner the other week, right? The other month, whenever it was, and you were like, oh, come back. And Katie's like, no. And then Amanda was the one like, you could just do just like one training session a week. She was the one on your side telling me to go back.
Yeah, because it's you. Shai, would you really need to go to rugby? But no, Jordan, you go. Jordan's ahead. She doesn't need to live with you.
Maybe she's thinking, if Evan stops, Jordan goes, it won't be as bad for them.
Or if, like, Jordan goes, Katie would then also be a rugby widow, and they could be rugby widows together.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
Aye, that's actually a good point. But I think that if I didn't have the CrossFit thing, I would definitely still be playing. Or I would be doing something else, maybe like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or something like that. Like, I would be doing another thing. What I do miss, this is kind of weird. I actually think about it all the time. See the physicality. See being mano a mano. There's something about that I kind of miss sometimes.
You can't.
No, like, it's a real thing.
He's talking about the showers.
I'm talking about the showers. No, like so my whole life from the age of like 6, I did martial arts. Basically from the age of like 6 to 30 pretty much, right? Apart from a couple of years there was a break. I did some form of combat or physical sport. Do you know what I mean? Like a combat sport or something that involves grabbing another man or hitting another man, right?
Yeah, I'm into it.
That's what so I kind of miss that a little bit. The physicality bit of it. CrossFit's hard, training's hard, right? Fine. But there's something
you
about
can't quite replicate it.
You can't.
Because you're allowed to hurt someone and it'd be okay.
But it's not even.
It's not
You
about
can't
the
hit
hunting.
somebody with a barbell.
I feel
can
like
you?
there's just a real thing that happens when I don't know.
Two men touch.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
No, I know exactly.
I'm trying to say it without sounding like a fucking no. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain it in a way that makes.
You can't replicate it in just like in like a gym or anything like
No,
that. It's
No, because that'd be weird, wouldn't it?
tackling James.
Your mate's dead bicep curls, you
Yeah.
start fucking choking out. Like,
It's like every now and then, like.
Do you know what I love? See the soreness that comes with. So see on a Sunday and I can't move because I am battered and bruised. I feel that I've earned that, so I get so much fulfillment for seeing a Sunday, and I'm like, love it.
I get that.
It's just a different thing, and I think that you're right, having that for so long and then not having it anymore is something I do miss. And I always think that, like, I've contemplated like going to PT once a week to like hit pads or something like that, or go to jiu-jitsu once a week to just get a something of that back in my life again. That's like low commitment level. It's not like joining a team and being like the whole thing.
well, you kind of see it for most people that have played rugby. They do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
Yeah,
when they
I
retire.
had a lot of
It's
transition over.
like,
Yeah.
very common.
If and when I do retire, there's a guy playing for DL, Les, I think his name is. He's 56 or something like that.
Yeah.
An old
Awful
guy,
legend.
shite, right? He's
Aye.
not. No, he might be listening. Actually, he's definitely not listening. But he's like, he's old, and he's still playing my level of rugby. Like he's a sub, he comes on and all that sort of stuff.
What does that say about fucking
Just
right there?
loves
obviously
it.
great.
Just loves it. Just loves the. That's the thing. That's something I miss. But I was actually talking to my mate Dean about this. Shout out Dean. And there's a trend going on in TikTok now, and it's like POV entering the battleground or entering battle, and it's people like walking onto the High Rocks start line, entering the cage, and I'm like, listen up, you fucking gimp, right? That people that say that shit, yeah, or the dance floor's another one going on at the dance floor, right? But that I can kind of whatever, fine.
Dance floor, yeah.
You're a bit of a
battle,
gimp,
no.
but like going to battle, going to war, game of inches, right? People making all these fucking posts, and as they're doing like 6 kilo wall balls to a 9 foot target, and I'm like, no, 10 foot target, but I'm like, listen.
Grabbing two, then ripping it.
Sled pull, fucking, I'm in battle. No, you fucking aren't, you twat. You gimp. You're a wank. You're not going to battle. See if you played rugby or you competed in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you were a boxer, kickboxer, even Taekwondo, right? Which I think is a bit of a lame.
Yeah, it's the high rocks of combat sports.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Like, even if that is real because you're in there with another person that is going to inflict some sort of pain onto you, right? You're not on a fucking ski erg, mate. You're not in battle on a ski erg. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you are with how terrible your technique is on it, but like, it's not a battle. It's not. You're not in war. You're not in war. You're not in war, guys. There's actual wars going on.
It's the opposite of war.
As I've been saying a lot since the start of the year, it's not that serious, man. Just chill out. The new wave of High Rocks doesn't bother me. I love it. I think it's great. I really do think it's great. The people that do it. Right, so this is, what do you think of this, right?
People that do it, man.
CrossFit, rugby, High Rocks, football, same things.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No.
Interesting.
I can get
People that would get into it, how it is, same
The
things.
kind of mindset. Do you know what? I can see where you're going with that picture. Now people talk about like days of the week have certain colours.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like what colour's a Monday?
red.
Is it?
I don't know.
Blue.
So that makes sense.
Yep.
I like that.
How are we doing for time?
We're doing great. Why are you in a rush?
No, I thought we only had an hour in case we've got our podcast on.
I don't know if they do. Maybe they do have an hour. That has been an hour. Nobody needs to listen to us any longer than this. Do they?
We're clinging on to stuff now, aren't we? What can we talk about?
I was actually really enjoying that.
No, that was good.
I feel like we're in a flow with that conversation, and then Evan gets all paranoid and he's like, "What's the time?"
Yeah, I'm courteous.
No,
what I mean?
no, you're right. We'll call it there. That's been an hour. We'll save some juicy stuff for later.
It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
Thanks for listening.
When's the next one?
We're going to release episodes every... Cut it off now.
I know. Let's not stick to promises we can't
Because
keep.
we haven't actually spoke about anything.
More episodes coming soon. If you enjoyed that, don't be a hole.
Share the show.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Catches.